guys? Good morning. I'm coming at you early in the morning. I don't need my glasses right now. These are just blue light glasses. We're going to Houston today, so that's cool. It's currently 3 in the morning. I'm heading over to Jacobs. Gabe and Jules spent the night there. I decided to just leave early enough to be over there, so gotta drive over there. Gonna make a stop, probably get some snacks. But we're going to the Houston Regional, so I'll show later in the video what everyone's playing, interviews and stuff, how well we think we're gonna do. I'm hoping I do pretty well because I've been practicing quite a bit against the matches that I'm expecting, which is Vanquish Soul, K9, Crystron, K9, 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 Yummy. Draco Tail is surprisingly getting more popular, which I don't think enough people are talking about, but being able to turn one Winda, turn one Dragoon, I mean, people are playing all kinds of crazy stuff with the fusions because there's so many different fusions out there, but yeah, let's get this show on the road, shall we? So something I want to talk about real quick is, again, when you're going to these events, right, you gotta build your deck accordingly. So I built my deck what I'm expecting, which is the meta, right? First couple rounds could be almost anything, but it's more than likely, if I do make it to that topper cut, we've seen that it's going to be a lot of Yummy, a lot of Vanquish Soul, a lot of K9, Crystron, Draco Tail. It's not going to be much of Raizo, Mitsurugi, or Malice, which I am still prepared for because I feel like my side deck covers my weaknesses, which is a lot of like protection from board breakers and stuff like that. We are going with the Fiendsmith Yummy with the Sky Striker package. So we're only doing 2 engage and 1 drones. I know in a previous list, my ratios were kind of all over the place, but honestly, that list does work too as well, but it's just this list I refined just a little bit more for consistency and again what I'm going for and the event I'm preparing myself for, which is a regional in Houston, Texas. But things you want to look out for, you definitely want to get there early. That's why I'm up so early and we're going to be up so early. You want to get there on time. You want to establish and have your list ready to go. If you're gonna write it down, make sure you give yourself a bit of extra time because it can be a lot of cards to write down, but give yourself an adequate amount of time to do that, and bring stuff like a pen and paper, stuff like that, to write down like your matches, your results, keep track of live points, because you don't want to get screwed by time and then you're both looking at each other like, were you keeping track of live points? Because I wasn't. And also too, just be prepared with rulings. If you have a question on anything, just call a judge, honestly, because it's not worth getting screwed over or just getting some clarification on a ruling that may help you in the future with clarification. And the judge can always give an extension if you ask for it, if it's something that they had to call another judge for or ask, and you can get a 5-minute time extension as if it never happened. So there's nothing wrong with, just calling a judge and just getting, like I said, that clarification. But yeah, guys, we are going to be arriving at Jacobs in probably an hour. So I will see you guys then. It is 6 in the fucking morning. We're on our way to Houston to go play fucking Yu-Gi-Oh!
What a time to be alive.
What a fucking time, bro. What are we doing with our lives?
Well, just 7 days ago, I had the day off.
Bro, I haven't worked in like 4 weeks. Yeah?
back fucking jack just spewing out of the fucking.
Fuck.
Absolutely.
I say that is perfect. God damn, it's coming up fast.
Yeah. Kind of pretty though.
In a box. I'll be able to pull it in a box. We bought a box and I didn't get a Promethean Princess or a fucking Poplar, and I was like, or she got the Poplar, but I didn't get anything else that I needed. I was like, fuck, bro.
Phase right out of the minute.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think how we just.
But yeah, I mean, it definitely got power creeped.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even after the Engraver reprints and everything, I mean, granted, we haven't got a ban list since Engraver got reprinted, but it doesn't matter now.
I mean, even if they were like, because Engraver's at 3, right?
Yeah, Engraver's at 3.
Even if they're like Engraver at 2, people are like, yeah, I guess.
Direction of.
Well, it's also what they like. The way I see it is also look at how the rest of the set for Justice Hunters was. Every other car.
All right, well, we made it to Houston. We're here. We're gonna go inside and get registered and do all that stuff, and then we'll sit down with everybody, do the videos, the deck profiles, all that stuff. But fucking 3 hours of driving fucking hurts my. Starting, you can go at any.
I'm gonna wing it.
Because I can edit
Yeah.
out and everything.
What up? It's Julian here at the Houston Regional. Today I'm playing Pure Yummy, product of Trish Masterclass. Not really though. I watched it for 5 minutes. Regional today. Not too worried about it. If I do good, I do good. If not, I'm gonna drop and go watch K-pop Demon Hunters.
Hello world, Gabriel here for the Houston Regional, coming in with Lunalights as my deck of choice. Best deck no matter what anyone says. Altogether, I really hope this event turns out as well as it can be. Not locals, regionals experience is very, let's say it wasn't the best at any regionals I've been to. But let's try to have some fun. Liger Dancer is a very powerful boss that, no matter how I see it, pretty much no deck can get over it. So, hope Liger can get me for the win.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't have to hold it that close, but.
What's up? I'm Jacob, the leader of Team
Dad.
The dad. Yes, it's the first dad of Team One of. Don't let anybody try to steal my title. We're at the Houston Regional today. I'm playing Draco Toe. What is he looking for?
Engage.
I'm also looking for Engage. If you got it, comment below.
Comment below. Send my address.
Yes. I'll send you a picture of. No. Okay, I'll start over. The father of the group. Today I'll be playing Draco Tail. Literally just started testing it probably about a week and a half ago. It's been going good. I'm excited to try it out against competition here and just see. And I'm also trying to build my Yummy deck while I'm here. So, you know, if it doesn't work out too good, I'll be switching decks really fast.
Mid-tournament. All right, so we made it to the Houston Regional. We're here at Game Guys. We are playing the Fiendsmith, Yummy, Sky Striker, Clusterfuck pile because I like my Clusterfuck piles. But I think it's going to be a lot of Justice Hunters decks from what we've been seeing. So a lot of Draco, a lot of Yummy variants, a lot of K9 variants. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll keep you guys updated when we can. I think the only time I can record, though, is now and then lunch. So I'll just write everything down and let y'all guys know what's going on. But prepare to see the YouTube video of us getting top 8 for sure. Calling it now because I already had some people asking or talking about to their friends how Yummy combos work and what they can do. So it's going to be very interesting. We'll see how it goes.
I have the numbers on it.
What are you doing there, Gatey boy?
Ready slaving?
Before the fucking tournament?
Yep.
It's either going to be the best thing you did or the worst thing you did.
Yeah. Let's see them fucking hands, boy.
Alright, ready? Okay. Opening hand, ready? Obviously, I run the die roll, I'm going second.
Right.
Oh man,
God
I had to do
damn.
I had to do a turn 0 Dragoon. Fuck.
Dog, I hate when that
I
happens.
hate when I turn 0 Dragoon. That sucks.
All right, Jules, let's see it. What you got, baby? What you got? Bam. Bam.
Okay.
Okay, that's a starter. Okay, you're gaming.
Oh, we win.
Oh yeah, no, you actually just win. You just got the top 8 for sure.
I got the striker, Matt.
We're so in this. Good morning, everybody. I am fucking tired. There's not gonna be the aftermath or the during or the lunch during the regional. It was very much, most of us were doing well by lunchtime, so it was just kind of like we needed to eat lunch real quick and just get back into it. So there wasn't a real like recording of how we're doing so far, but TLDR, nobody topped. I got close, and so did Gabe as well. I think Jacob made it to round 6. Jules made it to, I think, also round 5 or 6. Gabe and I ended up dueling each other, and I ended up taking that just because I won the die roll. Other than that, I don't know if I could have won that with the Lunalite, but how were the matches? What was the experience like? So we went into this not knowing really what to expect. We hadn't been to any major events in our area. We hadn't gone to Houston in a while, but we know it's the Justice Hunter format. So we were kind of expecting we were gonna see a lot of Yummy, a lot of Draco Tail, a lot of Vanquish Soul K9 and all the variants of Yummy and K9 and Vanquish Soul and this and that. So most of my matches were Yummy mirrors, which is nothing wrong. It's just annoying. Because all the effects are like dodging and quick synchroing, and it's the variants I was playing against, they were all the heavy hand trap. And in the 9th round, because by the 9th round, going into the 9th round, I was X3, right? So I had a shot, I had a chance, but my last round opponent, it just had the nuts hands. He had the effect veilers, the ashes, the imperms, the purges, the bells, everything. And both times, I won the die roll. Both times, he had a normal summon Cupsy, and I had nothing for it. I just had some gas, and of course, having all the hand traps, he was just able to fucking break it all, so none of it mattered. But we got close, we got pretty close. And this is the list that I played with. It's not the traditional Yummy, but I will say, the Fiendsmith cards did hold it down. There was multiple times where making a Caesar really made it awkward for a lot of my opponents. Didn't make Desiree too much. There was a few times I made Desiree. The one time I did make Desiree it was my 3rd round. I won the die roll, went first, set up a board. He asked to read what Caesar did, and I kind of knew at that point, like, I think I got this one. He went draw, stand by main, and he said, yeah, we'll just go to game 2. I was like, okay, cool. Like 30 seconds into the round, we got this. We're looking pretty. So, you know, I put in my Evenleys, my Pankratops, take out my Ash Blossoms, because I don't know what I'm playing against. And he says, you can start. I'm like, brother, really? So I didn't draw any going second cards. I think I drew a Droplet and an Imperm as my only like board breaker cards. And then we just set up the board and we made a Desiree instead because I was scared that it was gonna be like Tenpai and I was gonna have to like negate board breakers and stuff. It was just Draco Tail. That's all it was just Draco Tail. He had the nib at the end because I went full board with the Desiree, the Snatchy, and like a name and a synchro. But I already had like I had 2 surprise sets. I hard drew one. Yeah, I hard drew one and I searched the other, so I had 2 surprise sets. So I wasn't worried. So he was like nib. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And I didn't want to link off the token for Link Spider because it was a pretty big token. And I was like, if it's Tenpai, he's gonna have a hard time breaking. I think the defense ended up being like close to like 6,000. So I was like, he's gonna have a hard time getting rid of the token unless he just has like Regeki or something. But yeah, he just went Draco Tail. And of course I went surprised to summon back one of my synchros, and I was banishing, negating, synchroing, booking, and He was just like, yeah, man, you got it. So, but the regional was interesting because a lot, like I said, that was there was yummy. It was Vanquish Soul K9. And I think the only time, so my first loss was to the mirror. And it was just game 3. It was just a matter of who could recur more resources. And in game 3, he just had the perfect Ghost Bell. Ghost Bell is just Nasus format. And playing the board breaker approach, I like, because if I can just clear my opponent's board of whatever, with the Evenlies, with the Dark Rulers, with the Regekis, with the Dusters, if I can just clear my opponent's board in normal Cup C, I win. There was actually one match where it was the 6th round. It was against Mitsu Orcus. I didn't know it was against Orcus because I didn't see a single Orcus card till game 3. Won the die roll, set up the board. He tried to do the Mitsu stuff. Of course, we stopped it. Game 2, he did the Mitsu stuff. And of course, we were able to just play through that. But he did stop me, and then he ended up, doing the no ame and blew up the board. And so he got that one. But game 3, we had Anti-Spell and Judgment. And it was just awesome. Like, Anti-Spell is just an amazing card because it made a lot of matchups awkward, and that was the only time I drew it. But I think between Anti-Spell and maybe Rivalry, because of the Fiendsmith cards, of course Caesar would be turned off, but I could just make Desiree. Because I think at that point Rivalry would just hold it down. Like, of course in the mirror it wouldn't be that bad. They couldn't go making like the Herald and Marcher and all that stuff. They would have to stick with just Yummy. But I'm hoping at that point I'd have some sort of interaction. But yeah, my losses were to the mirror, to Vanquish Soul K9, which I didn't even know he was playing K9 until like the very end of game 3. It's just the matchups that I struggled against were the Vanquish Soul cards because it's a lot of tagging out, the non-target pops, the bounce back to hand. It's very annoying because they don't target, so it's kind of like what am I gonna do at that point? And that's what I'm kind of going back to the lab with. I didn't Featherstorm a single person at all. I don't even think I deburied a single person because I just wanted to thrust for like other things. Like there was one time I thrusted for an Evenly because I just needed to clear the opponent's board. So I thrusted for an Evenly, thrusted for Black Goat Laughs like 3 or 4 times. And it was funny, Black Goat laughing the mirror match going first, although my Snatchy was turned off. They couldn't even summon a Snatchy, which made it very awkward. And when they summoned Cup C, we were able to just play around the gate and do the whole Yummy thing. So what can I say about this experience? One, all the boys, when we left, we were all fucking tired. I think it was like by round 7, I was up for 25 hours straight. My sleep schedule was fucked. I'd been awake and I was having like those cold sweats. It wasn't a fun time. I was just exhausted, and of course, playing 9 rounds of Yu-Gi-Oh! Fucking takes it out of you. And I was just fucking chugging water. I didn't want to drink any like sodas or anything and then have a sugar crash and make it even worse. But the overall experience was fun, of course, going with the boys. We all had a ton of fun. Game Guys is a huge place, and they have a lot of like peripherals and items and trinkets and odds and ends. Gabe, I know, completed some more of his Lunalight stuff that he wanted. He got more rarity bumps. Jules and Jacob got some cards and sold some cards. So it was a great experience. Jacob, of course, bought me a mat, which I'm very grateful for. Thank you, buddy. Love you. But there's definitely some changes I'm going to make to the deck. I think the Featherstorm Food Show is funny when it pops off, but I think I'm gonna take it out because although Featherstorm someone is absolutely fucking busted, I don't know if Featherstorm would be a 2 of and then Food Show in the side. I feel like it's just a waste. Like, I'm honestly thinking about taking out the Link Spider and then putting Food Show in, because even when I get nibbed, I don't care for the Link Spider because I'm just gonna go surprise summon a Synchro and then summon a Snatchy, and then like you're just off to the races again. So like Link Spider, I feel like doesn't really matter all that much. We did pick up a Widow Anchor while we were there. So I might experiment with going 3 engage and then a Widow Anchor in the side, maybe? Just for the extra board breaking, because if I'm going against like Vanquish Soul K9 or, you know, whatever, it's pretty strong to negate what's already on board, because I noticed that when I Dark Rulered going into a turn 2 Vanquish Soul K9 board, a Dark Ruler was kind of hurting because they had their Rock, they had Zuna, they had like Borger on board or whatever, and just negating the whole board was, or like, obviously they're gonna be tagging out and stuff, but like just negating what's on board seemed to be pretty powerful. And then, of course, when I did evenly, they started shotgunning effects to bounce the hand, and you know, they started shitting themselves like, oh fuck, because not only they're not gonna go to the graveyard, they're going banish face down, which I will say to the people not playing evenly, just give it a try if going second, because being able to clear whatever's on board, because even if the yummies tag out, being able to put your opponent's resources face down and it being out of the grind game was huge, because I didn't have to worry about that Holly Seal, I didn't have to worry about this or that, or they would shotgun the trap just so that they can burn me for like the 1800 damage or whatever the fuck it is. But they're not popping the board, they're not doing this, so. Yeah, so just recap. Food was great. Of course, we got Waffle House. It was a fun experience with the boys. Would do it again. We do have a case tournament here in San Antonio that we're gonna be going to, not this coming weekend, but the following weekend. I think most of us this weekend, next week, are gonna try to just get some rest, hit the lab. You know, we learned a lot from this event, and none of us expected to do like, you know, I'm gonna get top 10 or top 8 or whatever. I think what ended up winning the whole thing was K9 Crystron, so there's definitely some things we have to go back to the lab for, and just see what works, because now that we have the experience of going through those matches, because I think I was the only one that made it to round 9. Gabe dropped round 8 after I beat him. And like I said, Jacob and Jules, I think they made it to round 6 before they dropped. Again, fun experience, absolutely would do it again. To the people that don't go to the major events like YCSs and regionals and case tournaments and box tournaments and all this stuff, go. It's a fun time because there's always a big crowd. There's usually a lot of trades, so if you're looking to get some cards or complete some decks, or even just get some rarity bumps or whatever, it's always a fun time. There's always stuff to do there. There's always great people to meet. Of course, if you go with your friends, the boys, the girls, whatever, it's always a fun time. So it's for the experience, and yeah, that's all I have. It was kind of, I wasn't sure the format of this video or what I was gonna do with it all, but it was fun as you guys saw the footage of the vlog. While before this, it was fun. So until then, I think the next video that I'll come out with is probably the changes that I made and the deck profile that I'm probably going to take to the case tournament. Like I said, Fiendsmith is staying in. Fiendsmith has been the GOAT. I know that playing with the Purge and Dominators with the board breakers is even like better because Purge and songs, but 1, I'm poor. 2, I just really like the Fiendsmith stuff because it demands an answer, and it's always demanded an answer, because if you go normal summon Lacrima effect and they're like negate or, you know, let it go through, whatever, then you make Requiem. Before you link off Requiem, you can special summon from your hand a body, so you have a name on board. And it's not a normal summon because you normal summon Lacrima. And then you just go full Fiendsmith combo, and they're forced to answer for something. So, yeah. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Peace.